Hello ladies and gentlemen, hello ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Tech Tinktronics channel, where today we're going to tinker and learn. Today's topic is going to be how to set up remote desktop Windows 10. And it's a Tech Tinktronics production. First thing we want to do is we want to set up the PC we want to connect to. And first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we have Windows 10 Pro. You would do that by going to Start, Settings, System, About, and look for Additions. Okay. And I have that screen set up here. As we can see that I have Windows 10 Pro. This is a VM running on my Dell PowerEdge R710 server. It's a VM, a Proxmox VM actually. And so there we have it. We are Windows 10 Pro. Now, a couple of things that I like to do is we're going to follow a few steps to prepare this machine the way I would for remote desktop connection, and then we can maybe demonstrate on another device the connection process. Now, you could connect from a Windows 10 home machine into a Pro machine. I do it all the time. So there's not much that you have to do for your home machine. Now, you cannot connect from the Pro machine to the home machine. So let me just clarify that. You could connect from home to Pro, but you connect from Pro to home. All right. So this, I've just activated my copy of Windows and I'm good to go, just to make sure we have no complications about remote desktop. So looking at slide 3 here, the process for getting Windows 10 ready for remote desktop connection involves enabling remote desktop. So I would have to go to Start, Settings, System, Remote Desktop, and enable that. So I will demonstrate that by doing that here. So I'm already in Settings. Going to go to Remote Desktop. It's currently set to off, but I'm going to set it to on. It says Enable Remote Desktop. You and users selected under user accounts will be able to connect to this PC remotely. That's cool with me. Now we got some settings. Well, we'll just ride with these settings for now. Now there's a couple of things that I actually want to change before I proceed. So looking at my steps, I want to change the listening port under step 2. And what I would have to do is I would have to go to Start. See if I can get to Start. Then I would have to type regedit, registry editor, and open that up. And then you have to look for port number. So I know that was a lot there. Okay, so here we are. I am currently in the registry editor. I found my way there. And once again, I'll point it out to you. You would go to first, you would go to H key local machine, system, current control set, control, terminal server, WinStations, RDP-TCP, and then you would scroll over here till you found the port number 3389. Now, I'm going to change this to from hexadecimal to decimal so that I can recognize the value. And then I want to change it to for me, I think 3393, 3394 would be sufficient for my purposes. So remember that port number, 3394, in case I forget. And you see that our port number has been changed there. Now there's one more thing that I want to do. Is step 3. I want to take note of the IP address and port. So I will use command to type the prompt IP at the prompt ipconfig. So with that, let me get command set up. All right, and I'll just type cmd. And I like to pin these things to the taskbar so that I have them. And I'm just going to run it. Just get ipconfig. All right, so I'm going to take note of that. And then we're going to like remote desktop into it. So now here comes the part where we would connect to it. As you currently see, I'm like in Proxmox connected to it that way. But before we even connect to it, I think we would have to restart it for these changes to take effect. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, we're just waiting for Windows to start. All right, to set up a remote desktop connection, I would simply use one. If you don't have remote desktop connection set up on your home system, this is Windows 10 Home. And just to show that real quick, I'll be like settings, system, about, Windows 10 Home. Okay. So we're connecting from a home to a Windows 10 Pro virtual machine. So in order to do that, you type remote desktop connection at, and then I like to say show options, get the complete menu. You would type in the IP address. Oh. Zero. As I recall, it was 161, and we changed the port to 3394. Allow me to save credentials. I'm going to save as, I'm going to call it, I'm going to save it on my desktop as Windows 10-3, so I don't get confused with my other connection running on another server. And I guess we give it the shot. Connect to it. Hopefully it connects. I don't think it's going to connect. We had a problem somewhere along the line. So what I would do in this case is I would go to my command prompt and I would ping that device. Request timed out. So for some reason, I can't see it here. That tells me something's wrong. So let's go back to this machine and take a look at what we have to do. I don't know what we have to do. Maybe pop out the console here. And why is the destination like not? So in this case, I'm going to say is did the IP address change? Did anything happen? So I'm going to go to command prompt, ipconfig. Can I see it on the network from any other device? I don't know. I'm troubleshooting right now. All right, so now I got to go back and check all my work. So the host can be seen on my network, or this device that I'm looking at can be seen on my network. So I'm not sure why this device, for some reason, doesn't want to connect to it. Let's look at my work. Something just looks funny, so I'm going to check on it. Everything looks fine. While I'm here, I'm gonna all right. So what is going on here, y'all? We're gonna ping to 152. Okay, so here's the issue. I don't know, for some reason they're not seeing each other on the network. So with that, that's our problem. Why is it not being seen on the network? I don't know. Is there another way that I could ping it? Maybe I could try to ping it from another device. Man, I'm bedazzled here. Now, as you can see up here, when I could not connect to the remote device, I had to ping it, and I kept getting request timed out. Now, theoretically, I want to have a firewall on, but in order to make this connection work, I had to turn the firewall off. So, is there a way that I could turn the firewall off and have this connect? Let me go back to the machine, turn it on. And then watch what happens. If I try to ping this machine or connect to it, then I have a problem. Request timeout, request timeout. So we are at 100% packet loss, and I wouldn't be satisfied with that. So let's fix this firewall issue. So I want to show you when I turn this off, then I would be able to ping it. So there must be some setting that I must fix in order to make this possible. To run a firewall, the Windows Defender firewall, and connect to my VM. So I want to change this from a public network to a private network. In order to do that, so I'm going to go to the Network and Sharing Center. All right, there we go. We are good. We'll change it to a private network. That should do it for us. All right, now let's see. I've changed this from a public network to a private network. I didn't really know how to do that. I never knew you could do that. Well, I'm sure that nothing's written in stone on a computer, but hey. Now we should be able to have a firewall. You need to turn it on for the public network. The private network is active. So theoretically, I should be able to ping this machine because it's on private. I don't know. And there we go. Let's try to ping it again if that feature is turned off. So here's what I'm at. All right, so now theoretically it should connect. So what I've done is I put the firewall inactive on the private network, but the firewall is active on the public network and on the domain network. I don't know, it's just a weird quirk. I mean, maybe if you guys have any ideas about it, you could comment about it. But without further ado, I'm going to connect to this PC remotely. And see what we could do. But first I want to create this. Cancel. Cancel. All right, so I'm going to go to my other desktop here. See what we have. All right. All right. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have connected to this PC successfully. It took a little bit of work, a little bit of troubleshooting. And that's the thing about PC projects. They're not always as easy as they may seem, even though I may make it look easy. But that's not really the case all the time, as you can see some of the struggles in this video. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that I am going to call it. Thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Click the like button, click to share, comment, and let me know what you think. Thank you.